What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and today we are going to be testing something that I have not been able to answer before, and I feel like as a mage main, it's literally my duty to answer that. And that's going to be how exactly does advanced Painbloom work, or split Painbloom, how we used to, all the OGs used to call it. How exactly does this work, right? Is it diffused damage, right? Does follow-up also work when you're hitting other targets? Also, what is the distance? What is the distance required for the split Painbloom to even work? So we're going to be able to answer that today. Disclaimer alert, it makes me feel even worse about my pets, man, because I have such a good Sapphire Phaedric, but I do not have 310 Spirit. And I will go into that, right? I will go into that. First, let's go into the distance, right? Let's go into the distance required for the split Painbloom to work. So, Exhibit 1, right? Exhibit 1, too far of a distance here, right? This is too far of a distance here for it to work, right? Exhibit 2, this actually works. So, the distance is pretty nice. Considering the open field and you know how close people genuinely are to each other, this is a pretty nice distance. Now, if this distance worked, okay, maybe it would be a little broken, right? But this distance here worked, and then obviously we tested the closest distance. This also obviously worked, right? So, that's the distance part on there. Now, for the part that you guys want, right? Oh man, yes, the damage is not diffused, meaning whatever your Sapphire is hitting, that's what it is, right? And let me show you guys here, right? So we got here on the Queen Guns account, we got 3 targets, right? We got a Garwood Eliana, a Maddie Nika, and a Hosk Thea, right? All stacked pretty close to each other. That way we can see the damage across the board, right? So we look at statistics. This is probably the simplest way to display it. You can see here 3.8k, right? All right, moving on to target 2, 3.2k. Moving on to target 3, 3.7k. Dude, the fact that it is not diffused damage, guys, it is absolute ludicrous. Right? Absolutely ludicrous, the fact that it is not diffused damage. Granted, on the Queen Guns account, we've been trying to get a Sapphire Phaedric with good intel, good spirit, 310 and above, and some decent luck. We would even willing to take a little bit of a hit on the luck for the sake of having it, and we just haven't got lucky there with that Sapphire. So yeah, very, very, very unfortunate. So let me show you guys now on my pet. So let me show you guys my pet. I think I just showed you guys it, but here's my pet, right? Here's my pet here. No 310 Spirit, brother. Let me show you guys my report, right? So I sent mine. I'm like, okay, let's go test out my Sapphire Phaedric, right? So we got here report 1, right? We got a Garwood Eliana, Maddie Nika, Hosk Thea. When we look at the first target, right, you can see here that I did 16.3. Look at that amount of damage on that Sapphire Phaedric, man. 18.9 from Lilia, 22.9 from Valen, which is kind of crazy that Valen did more skill damage, but anyways, 16.3 Sapphire. Brother, what? You're telling me my pet is doing damn near, it's literally a hero. Like, investing, and you can see here 0 war pet skills because I don't have the 310 Spirit, so I can only hit 2 additional targets, not 3 additional targets, right? So you can see here on the Hostea, on the statistics here, 26.9 Lilia, this time she did more, 16.7 for the Deputy, 17.3 War Pit skills. So I'm missing out on 16 to 17k extra damage by not having my Sapphire 310 Spirit. Now you guys are like, Guns, you should spin for... Listen guys, I'm 5k pots deep. I'm 5k pots deep. And listen, I'm gonna just do it now in front of you guys. Let's see if I get lucky, guys, while I'm kind of yapping the yap, because you know, after we'll just put it on auto. So after doing all this testing, I'm like, dude, I'm missing out on so much I already knew that, right? I already knew that, but looking at the amount of damage that I was missing out on, I'm just like, bro, my reports could be like 30% better potentially with my Sapphire having the 310 spirit. And listen, guys, I've tried so many times, and you know, situations like this just keep on happening, man. Like, I'm just not lucky. I do think, you know, after looking at these reports with the Sapphire, it's still hands down the king of the field, bro. Because listen, the Shadow Phaedric is great. It works really good with Bird Tohar. But now the question still lies, right? Do you go with the Shadow Phaedric, or do you just go all Sapphires? Do you just do all Sapphires across the board? Man, guys, man, this is a good thing to do. Now, one of the other things I'm gonna check out is I'm gonna do the exact same test that I did today, but I'm gonna use my Shadow. Granted, the Shadow does not hit multiple targets, but it's still good to test to see how it's doing to that individual target, right? Like, what is the offset amount of damage from that Sapphire to the Shadow? And then based off my experience in the game, guys, I do think that it's going to be a lot more with the Sapphire. So it's like, why did I even work on a Shadow? Okay, it did well in a rally, so that's a plus. But in terms of just open field stuff, especially if you're not trying to do open field, maybe the Sapphire might be better for the open field. Maybe, maybe not. Let me know in the comment section below if you've actually tested that. We're only going to go to one more legendary here, see what we get. Man, if I get lucky on recording and get a cracked out Sapphire, I'm gonna lose it, bro. I will literally 3-star that Magic Fortune stat. Stat. Because one of the things, guys, that I was actually just talking to my boy SP about is okay, so we didn't get lucky again, right? So I'm kind of boycotting the regens right now because they're so terrible. I feel like there should be some kind of pity system within the regen pots. Like, okay, if you spin 500 times, you get a better percentage to get a better pet. If you spend 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and so on, some kind of in-game pity system to help us out, because some people have used 10, 11, 12, 13k pots just to get what they want. Shout out my boy Captain, trying to get that cracked out Bruin Bear for his alliance. So yeah, they definitely need to improve the system, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, super excited about that. You could even see here, like within the description, right? It says hits more enemy legions with every 155 points of spirit. Painbloom hits an extra enemy legion. So even though that one there, it doesn't say diffuse damage, now I can answer it confidently. It's definitely not diffuse damage. Now, the next part that is crazy about the testings that we did, guys. You know what's the craziest part about it? Not only did you hit additional targets, Followup also applies to those additional targets, right? Followup also applies to those additional targets. So not only are you hitting, 3 targets, when Followup procs, it procs for all of them, right? It procs for all of them. I have my little notebook here. I know it looks a little funky because it's green, right? But I was looking at when the Followup was happening on all, because I think I did like 4 or 5 different targets. For the most part, when Followup procced, it would proc for the other targets as well. But either way, the fact that Followup also applies to those additional targets is just out of this world, guys. But yeah, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the testing. If you guys have any more questions within pets, for example, I'll throw in a little extra for those of you guys that made it this far. The Blade Manticore does diffuse damage, right? The Blade Manticore does diffuse damage. And let me show you guys real quick. If I have him here. Here he is, right? So here's Paper Cuts. He sent me his report right here. You can see he hit 1, 2, 3 different targets, right? Go to statistics, 14.2k on his Blade Manticore. That's pretty nice, right? Next one, 5.5. Oh, wow, big difference, right? A lot less. Next one, 5.5 or 5k. So a very big difference there. You can see his Blade Manticore is 3-starred, right? The Blade Manticore is 3-star, and when you see here, when you read it, it deals targets to 2 surrounding legions, right? It has nothing about diffused damage or anything like that, but as we see from the reports, it is diffused damage. So with that being said, guys, if you guys have any other questions about pets, the next one that I'm looking forward to test is how many targets can the venomous lizard hit. There's a few people that are saying that the venomous lizard can only hit up to 10 targets, right, and not anymore. So I mean, that's going to be interesting test to do, because that's going to be a lot of sevs to take with that kind of testing, but it is what it is, right? So that's probably a test that I have like in my little list of videos that I kind of want to make. So if you have any ideas, guys, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this testing, let me know too by hitting a like on the video. Also, if you're not subscribed and don't want to miss out on this type of content, pretty much we're pretty freaking war focused for the most part, which I mean is the game. So anyways, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Until next time, it's your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace, y'all. Take it easy.